Wright will make his return to Lioness punditry duty in time for the Euro semi-final against Italy following his heated row with Eni Aluko. The Arsenal legend was not included in ITV's original tournament coverage but is set to be part of the broadcaster's punditry team on Tuesday night, according to the Telegraph. The 61-year-old will reportedly be joined by former Chelsea manager Emma Hayes, ex-England star Karen Carney and presenter Laura Woods as England face Italy at the Stade de Genève in a bid to reach a second consecutive Euro final. Despite not being involved in the tournament's coverage initially, Wright, a longtime supporter of the women's game, has covered Euro 2025 alongside ex-England captain Steph Houghton on his Crossways podcast. His involvement in the semi-final will mark the first time he has appeared as a pundit for the Lionesses since Eni Aluko accused him of blocking opportunities for female presenters. In April, Aluko said Wright needed to be aware of how much he's doing in the women's game, and that his presence has made it tougher for female pundits trying to find a spot in the industry. "I've worked with Ian a long time and, I think he's a brilliant broadcaster, but I think he's aware of just how much he's doing in the women's game. I think he should be aware of that," she told Radio 4's Women's Hour at the time. "We need to be conscious and we need to make sure that women are not being blocked from having a pathway into broadcasting in the women's game." Aluko, who made 105 appearances for the Lionesses in a 12-year international career, later apologized to Wright. But the former Arsenal and Crystal Palace striker said he couldn't accept her apology. "I've got to say, I'm very disappointed about what Eni has said. She knows how I've helped her, supported her publicly, and I know the previous conversations she's had with me and my management," he said. Last week, Aluko admitted she was wrong to suggest Wright has blocked opportunities for female pundits and that she respects his decision to refuse her public apology, while insisting she made efforts to make peace with him in private. In an interview with the Daily Mirror, she said, "I think I could have done better in responding to the question I was asked, and just keeping it as a general issue. I've always been the person, to be honest, to hold my hands up and say, listen, I got that one wrong. That was a mistake. If I had been on the other end, I would probably have felt the same. Apologies are acts of respect. Apologies are a show of humility. I did a lot to try to apologize to Ian privately. So when you're seeing a public apology, it's actually the last resort. But it was a public forum that I spoke about him on, and I felt a public apology was important." When asked to clarify if she thinks it is wrong for Wright, 61, to be a figure at the forefront of coverage of women's football, Aluko added, "I don't know about wrong, but I think we need to be conscious and we need to make sure that women are not being blocked from having a pathway into broadcasting in the women's game. It's something I do not take for granted."
She's had with me and my management. So for me, I've seen the apology on social media, but I can't accept it. But I also want to move on from it. For anyone watching this, I really don't need any further social commentary directed at anyone on this. But the thing about where the women's game is that it can't be about individuals like me. It has to be about the collective. And because of the past, we know the men blocked the women's game for 50 years. Because of the past, and the game has serious systemic challenges, and it's going to take, I should say, everyone to help fix it. So for me, I'll always give back to the game. It's given me so much. I was with the Tenemy girls team last night, and the vibes were great. I've got to post a picture of them, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble for them. So I'll do that later, because I promised the girls that. But anyway, let me not digress. It's never bothered me about who's playing the game, as long as they're playing the game. If you know my story, you'll know how much football means to me. And when you think about it, we are the country that invented modern football. So we have a responsibility, a greater than most, to lead the way in women's football. We men, like I mentioned earlier, are the ones that banned football for 50 years. So we have to hold that one. But I do need, I've got to say, to go to the gym. I've got to go to the gym. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going on too much. But before I go, I need to say to everyone who has spoken about it publicly and showed love and support, I thank you. It's something I do not take for granted. And I've never felt quite as emotional this week seeing so many of those public